Welcome back, YouTube family. Charles here with Mary Ellen's, and today we're going to dive into brisket. So right now what we like to do, once we pull that brisket out the package, is we give them a little light rinse and a little rub. You always make sure you want a freshly sharpened knife when you're doing this kind of thing, because a dull knife will get you injured. So here, we're gonna start right along the meat part here, coming right on the top of that. We like to leave a little bit of fat on there. And of course, fat is flavor, but when you leave too much fat, it doesn't penetrate into the meat. So in some places you'll see we leave a little bit more. As you can see, we got about a 1/4 inch of fat on here. Some of this on this flat part is a little thicker because she's a little thinner. Back here, we don't need it because we got great marbling on this side. You can see some more of that marbling back there. That just means this is gonna be great flavor there. Now you just wanna feel for any rough areas. Everything's feeling nice and tender. I feel a little piece of fat here. I'm gonna probably get out of here. All right, so we got this brisket all trimmed and ready to take some seasoning. And I know a lot of people like to put mustard or a couple of binders on here. What we do is we mix up a little concoction, and I have it here for us, as you can see. Nothing too serious, a little Worcestershire, a little lemon juice, vinegar, just to get that seasoning to adhere to the brisket while we transport it to the smoker. So we're just gonna give her a little light glaze on there. Then we're gonna just rub her down a little bit. Now when we place this baby on the smoker, we always place her with the bottom down. So we're gonna season the bottom first. And this here, nothing special. Garlic, seasoned salt, paprika. With brisket, you don't need too much seasoning. You wanna make sure you coat every part of it. We don't like to rub it too much, but we wanna make sure we haven't missed any parts in here. We're gonna flip this baby over. Make sure you open this baby up and get inside of here, especially when you're smoking the whole brisket and not using separating the two parts. All right, y'all, we got this baby all seasoned up and ready to go. We're gonna let her sit here for a little bit, and it's a perfect time to go check on the smoker and get her all ready to go. All right, we're back here. We got the brisket all seasoned. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna open this baby up and get her in there. And what I like to do is I like to get the thick part to the middle of the grill because there's more heat over there. And if that pan falls, it's okay. And we get her to the back of the grill. All right, hey guys, we got the brisket on the smoker. Before we put the brisket on the smoker, we made sure we was at about 200 degrees. We want to keep her between 200 and 225 degrees. When we check our smoke, if we take a look up top, the smoke's not bellowing out. It's a nice white smoke, a nice clean smoke. If your smoke is turning colors or it's gray or it gets dark, you got something going on in your grill, it's not good. You got a nice white clean smoke, this brisket is ready to smoke. We're gonna let it go for about 15 hours. Stay with us, we'll see how it comes out. So we got the brisket prepped, we got her seasoned. We've had her on the smoker now for about 14 and a half, 15 hours. So let's check her out and see if she's ready to go. I believe she's all ready to go. And the term we use at Mary Ellen's for the grill, when the meat is completely done, we call it giving up the ghost. So we'll see if she's giving up the ghost. Oh man. Now sometimes what we'll do is we'll take our finger and make sure she's nice and tender. We'll just stick it right in there. She's ready to go. I hope you're ready to taste this bad boy. Let's go slice them up. We're gonna just cut this little piece off here. Man. All right, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we got some pretty, this might be a little thicker than I serve, but we love to serve nice slices of brisket here. And what we'll do is we'll grab one of these babies so we can look at it. And what they say is, when your brisket is tender, that's a little bit thicker of a cut, but you should be able to put it on your finger and it hold together. Then you should be able to just pull it apart. And that's when you know that your brisket is nice and tender and hot. But you can see that juice just popping out of there, how that fat has gotten tender, how it's so juicy in there. So if I was to squeeze that, you can see that juice in there. So now that we got this bad boy all sliced up, we're gonna show you how we plate it. Right here we have some of this is my mother's recipe, some of her baked macaroni and cheese. I'm gonna throw that in there like that. We're gonna come over here for some smothered potatoes. How could you go wrong with brisket and potatoes? We're gonna grab one of those cornbread kisses. We're gonna sit it right there. We're gonna grab a barbecue sauce and sit it right here for the time being. Let's go back down to this brisket. This look like a good one. And we get one more in there like that. We're gonna throw that barbecue sauce on the side and that cornbread kiss right there. And there you have it. Brisket, smothered potatoes, and homemade mac and cheese.